Hey Vision Chasers, this is Dr. Byrd here. I'm going to tell you something I haven't shared with you before. I wasn't crazy about school. And I know there are those of you watching who are middle and high school, you're starting to think, you know what? Instead of going to school, I'd rather be at home playing Fortnite or sleeping or doing whatever. I get it. I get it because I was there. For me, it wasn't Fortnite, but for me, it was Nintendo or some Sega. But I understand. When I was in school, I would skip class. I did that. You shouldn't do that. I don't condone that. That was a bad decision. I skipped days of school. I did that. You shouldn't do that. I don't condone that. Do not skip days of school. So yeah, I did that. And I definitely, and I know many of you can finish what I'm about to say. How is insert class subject? How is math going to help me in the real world? How is social studies going to help me? Yeah, I said that. Even though I became a social studies teacher, I said, how is this going to help me in the real world? And the reason I was saying that was because I wanted to be home. I wanted to be doing something else. And so I want you to know that I understand that. And so for those of you who are out there and you're struggling with that motivation to get out of bed and go to school and do your very best, I'm telling you, I understand. I'm with you. And I want to do the best that I can in this video to give you some added motivation, to tell you maybe a why that will help you to kind of focus and kind of get out of the slump and do your best each and every day to chase your vision of success and see the purpose, see the probably the hidden purpose in school for you at this point. So here it is. Success. I know you want to be successful. Everybody wants to be successful, right? And for you, success is chasing your vision of success. Chase your vision of success. Whatever that is for you, you got to chase it. But the thing about successful people is this. Successful people solve problems. Successful people solve problems. Now, I'm not talking about math problems, but any problem that may exist in the world. And people may not even realize that it's a problem, but people find that problem and they solve it. Think about Facebook. Before Facebook, there were many other sites out there that did a lot of things that Facebook does. For example, I can remember I was about to say in my lifetime, but I can remember College Club. College Club was a site that allowed people to connect socially and share pictures, right? And then I can remember, I think it was around 95 when my dad bought us, our first desktop computer, and then that monitor was it was this big, and it was a beige color. But I can remember when we got internet and we connected through America Online. So that was another platform that allowed people to connect socially, instant message, share pictures, and all of that. So there were all these different sites out there allowing people to connect socially. And that was fine, but there was a problem. And Facebook comes along and solves that problem, because Facebook takes it to the they take it to the next level. So Facebook combines what all of these sites can do and so much more. The total package Facebook is. And to this day, they are adding different things. They're updating different things to make it even better. So Facebook solved the problem of, having to go to all these different sites. Facebook is a one-stop shop. I can remember the video, and it's on YouTube as well. And actually, you know what? I'll link to it in the description section. The video of Steve Jobs introducing the iPhone. And people in the audience, their minds were blown at the thought of a phone, a music player, and something that can access the internet all in one device. I mean, he repeated it a number of times until people got it that, hey guys, I'm talking about the iPhone. I'm introducing to you our next product that's an all-in-one device. Totally changed the game. Google Palm Pilot. Just Google Palm Pilot. So that was, you know what, just Google it. I won't tell you anything else but Google Palm Pilot. And so just know that people were carrying around multiple devices until Steve Jobs comes along and just totally changes the game with the iPhone. Here's another problem that existed. There once was a time when if you wanted to turn on a computer and run programs, you actually had to type in some codes and actually, you know, speak to the computer using the commands. And if you didn't get the slash in the right direction, then the program wouldn't work. So for those of you who are playing, you know, whatever, Fortnite on your PC, just know this, you know, the problem that existed was, you know, a lot of people, it was frustrating to try to access the computer because you had to remember all these commands and tell the computer what to do through these commands. And so a man comes along and says, no, there's got to be a better way. What if we enabled people to only have to use a mouse? A mouse? What's a mouse? Well, it didn't exist back then, but what if they were able to use this thing we call a mouse and just move the arrow to double click on the icon of the program they want to run? I'm talking about Windows. So before Windows came along, it was a little bit challenging for people to run a program on the computer, but Bill Gates comes along, changes the game, solves the problem, and makes it easier for people to interact with their computer. So the point is, do what you can to put yourself in positions to solve problems. Practice, especially while you are young, and the practice that you get in solving problems is in school. School gives you each and every day, each and every hour that you're in class, you have the ability to learn how to use your brain, apply your mind to solving problems. And I guarantee you, you know, when you go in your classroom, your teacher is ready for you. They've planned for you. They've given you an objective that you need to master for that very day. And some of your teachers, they'll give you a question, an essential question. And so your job, that's your problem to solve. Your job when you go into that classroom is to be able to answer that essential question. How do you answer that essential question? This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to listen in order to be able to answer that question or master that objective. You have to listen, you have to focus, you have to be a problem solver. So school gives you the opportunity to sharpen your brain, sharpen your critical thinking skills, so that when you cross the stage and enter the real world, you already have enough practice at looking at things differently so that you can solve problems that people didn't even notice existed. That's how it works. That's what successful people do. And that is why you need to get out of bed and go to school each and every day. So I hope I gave you enough. I hope I convinced you. I hope I gave you a boost, an added boost of motivation as you go through your time in school. And I guarantee you it's going to go by like that. I know sometimes the days get long. Sometimes it's like weeks, months, years. Sometimes it seems like it gets long, but it does go by. It does go by. And while you're in school, while you're in middle, while you're in high school, I know that they seem like, they're not giving me any freedom. But while you're there, make sure you're getting everything that you need to get. Make sure that you're practicing and sharpening your mind, sharpening those critical thinking skills while you're there. I guarantee you it is going to help you in the long run. So think about that. And until we meet again, please keep chasing the vision. Bye.